Willie, you're looking very dapper today.
You're gonna wear blue hoodie. So I tried to.
Well, you got my text to wear blue. Good job.
You played this team twice. Now you get them on your home court. Um, what have you learned about them, and what have you learned about your team? What do you got to do tonight?
Well, we learned we can get smacked if we don't come out and play right. Um, but they're gonna have an extra set. You know, we got them last time. They're gonna want to come back and throw the first punch. So being really solid first 5 minutes of the game, also first 5 minutes of that third quarter. Um, we got to make sure we don't go through these huge like scoring droughts. It's a killer. Up in Seattle, that second game, we went 5 minutes about not scoring in the third quarter again. Tough third quarter. Third quarters have been tough for us. So looking to get a full 40 out of my squad. And then, if we do that, the results that we want will be there.
I've done a couple of national streams and interviews, and then with the local ESPN, and they continually ask, "Why are the Aces 5-5?" And I had to remind them they were 5-5 last year. Am I wrong in this assessment? Your big three are back. Add Kia. KB really didn't play a lot last year. Are you dealing with the fact that this is realistically a brand new team in terms of brand new chemistry, blending together once it became game time and the schedule that y'all have had? Is it still like that in terms of?
I mean, we have pretty much a brand new bench. That's a lot of IQ, corporate knowledge that walked out the door with KP, AC, and Tiff and Sid. That's a lot of lingo and knowledge of knowing how we like to do things, what we like to do. And with KP and, Tiffany Hayes specifically, a lot of juice. Their juice, you had to keep up with them. You had to sprint out with them. And at times, I haven't felt like we've played hard enough. And other times, I haven't felt like we've executed well enough. But we have enough to be better than 5 and 6 for sure, but not if we don't play together and not if we don't play a complete game. At the end of the day, this game rewards teams. It rewards people that play together. It rewards the people that play the hardest. Playing hard is a skill set, and we need to learn it real quick for 40 minutes, not 10 minutes, not 5 minutes, a full 40.
Last one for me. Updated status report on Asia was probable. What do you expect? Is she going to be on restricted minutes? Do you expect her to play?
I have not talked to our medical team yet about her. She's not in the building as of now, but I'm expecting huge things. No, I don't know. I hope she has a Paige Beckers-like return.
Talking about Tiffany Mitchell in the starting lineup, she went from having 4 points against Phoenix to 10 points against Minnesota. What have you seen from her, and what do you expect to see from her tonight?
I think she's just starting to get more comfortable in our system. She's playing out of position somewhat at the 4, but with the hand we've been dealt early on with the situation with our post, it is what it is. But I think she's just getting more comfortable understanding what we want on both ends. I thought her defense has been impactful, really in quite a few games now. So I really feel like she's starting to come on that end. And that's the most important end for me, is to play defense, and you have to be trustworthy on defense. And I think she's been earning my trust to where, I could put her out there and I know she's going to get the job done.
Second game you played Seattle, you all played much better and won. How do you handle the kind of revenge mindset Seattle's probably coming in here with?
Yeah, that's always something that's human nature's. You have to fight human nature because there's, just like we were on high alert going into their place after they kicked our butt, they're going to have their spidey senses up, because they were the last loser, and the last loser always typically has a better mental approach. Now, we're coming off a losing game ourselves, so hopefully we don't need to press start on that mindset. It should already be there, no matter who we're playing.
Nikias, we'll go to you on Zoom. Nikias. Hi, Coach. A couple of quick ones, if that's okay. First, just on a general note, with players leaving different teams for Eurobasket competition, and you're facing a Seattle team that's played some teams that have been missing some players, like how does that, if at all, affect your prep?
Um, Nikias, we've been such a hot mess ourselves. I'm trying to fix us. Um, I don't think, honestly, it becomes a more dangerous situation because you have a lot of women that are fighting for spots. They don't want to get cut when those players come back. So you have a really uh, hungry and determined individual stepping on the court. And no matter what you're doing, that's a dangerous individual, somebody who's desperate. And so you're seeing those players, the Amhir kid, Amhir, I don't know how to say her last name. What is it? Yeah, Amhir. She was in that Golden State building yesterday, I think she was close to probably making their roster the first time. So players like that becomes very interesting for them because they're going to get a legit chance to possibly make a roster spot. So I'm thankful we don't have to deal with that. We're dealing with enough over here. But it does make it, like I said, and a little bit extra prep on personnel and how those teams are trying to use them. You don't have a big sample size. So you just do your best. But honestly, I've been trying to fix us. How do we help us? How do we help ourselves? Be better night in and night out. And most times it has nothing to do with the opponent.
Understood, understood. And then secondly, like you've talked about screening after the last game, you've also talked about just the general effort and heart. Just how do you kind of balance emphasizing those things and trusting your veteran group to take care of business?
Guys, all you can do is just keep repeating yourself, keep teaching, stick with it. Uh, be sure we're delivering a consistent message. Offensively, a consistent message has been to screen, cut hard, get to the corners, play the right way, cut in certain areas of the floor. And if we do those things, and most of the time, honestly, this team has been really good off the board when I draw stuff. So that tells me when we're organized and we know exactly what we're doing, we can execute. So I think getting us better organized and then those little attention to details. When I get them on the board, they're very locked in. I need them locked in when they're running up and down the court, um, you know, 5, 6 times in a row, to have that attention to detail that they do coming out of a timeout. And I know they're capable. And you see it, like I said, you see it in chunks and in pieces. So more execution, more attention to detail. But at the end of the day, it's just simple math. Shooting is math. There's a lot of numbers in math in basketball, and you run a screen to create a mathematical advantage for yourself. If you never create a mathematical advantage for yourself, either by attacking a seam, screening, cutting hard, to where you can move and collapse the defense and get them in some numbers that are advantageous for yourself, any offense is hard. It's hard shooting over people every time.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Yep.